Imagine you are lying on your bed, and over your bed there is a fan who is just creating a sound. You are saying, you are listening. The sound is of moving fan, and you are a student, university student, and your name is Sarah, and you are trying to decide which major you have to choose for your major subject in your university, and you are interested in many different subjects, but you are particularly drawn towards history. You love learning about the past, about the people who come before you, and you are also fascinated by the idea of trying to understand why things happened the way they did. Now imagine one day you are talking to your professor about your indecisiveness, that is, you're not able to make a decision, so the condition where one cannot make decision. Your professor smiled and imagine he said history is a science, but it is also an art. It is a science because we use evidence to try to understand from the past, but it is also an art because we use our imagination to reconstruct the past and to make it sense of it. Now I think it will be much clearer to you. Now your professor words are resonating with your ears. Imagine you realize that history is not only a date subject where we have to just memorize the dates. It is a perfect subject for you because it would allow you to use both your analytical skills and you are creative too. So your creative skills will be used too. Now you decided to take history as a major in your university and you quickly discovered that it is even more fascinating than you were you was imagining before. Now you learned about different historical methods, how to evaluate sources, and you learned about different historical theories and how to apply them to real world. If you don't, then watch other histories in this channel. In one of your classes, you was given assignment to write a paper on the cause of American Civil War. You spent weeks researching the topic as you are a researcher and you are having a good analytical skill. So you didn't hear anything about what they said. You just try to research all the topics. You read everything you could find. You spoke to experts on the Civil War. And when you finally finished your paper, you was proud of your work. Imagine you are having proud. You used your analytical skill to evaluate the evidence and to develop a clear and concise argument. You also used your imaginative skills to reconstruct the past to make sense of it. Now you presented your assignment to your professor, and your professor was impressed with your paper. Your professor told you that you had a natural gift of history. You got delighted. Imagine you are happy, you are smiling. You realized that you are made for the history. You had found great interest on the calling of your profession. Now, significance of regional history. Your professor, you asked this question, Professor, what is the significance of regional history? Now, your professor asked you, what is regional history? Now, as you have done the research, you were telling your professor that regional history is the study of the past of a particular region. Your professor say in affirmative that you are right. Why it is important? You told that it is important because it can help us to understand the unique experience of the people of that region. And the professor agrees and asks, and what? And you tell that regional history help us to understand the larger focus that have shaped the world around us. For example, your professor now given you example. The study of regional history can help you to understand the different factors that contributed to the American Civil War. And you told that yes, it helped me in different ways. I experienced the Civil War by different people's experience and different part of the country. Now talking about the recent trends of the Indian history, as Indian history is very vast and complex subject, it have great diversity both in terms of culture and geography. You are growing, you are having growing interest in the Indian history, both of Indian history and abroad history. What is the major trend in Indian history is that there is a need to focus on regional and subaltern history. We need to understand the relationship between the humans, the environment. Now, what is research methodology? It is a process of collecting and analyzing data in order to answer questions. It is an important skill to historian to have as it allows them to construct rigorous research and accurate information, reliable findings. There are many different research methods researchers use, such as archaeology research, oral history, finding, and all that. But sad part is that now imagine open